time, we've got Aqualix also losing players, so it's Surdell versus Blast, a legitimate 1v1, Wingman versus Mastiff, and that's always a good thing to see.
This is a game where it felt like, you know, well, we've seen Maestro. I just in a lot of the situations recently do really well. Flavor looked like they were about to place highly near the end, so expecting a better game out of them coming into this one, but probably got to pay more closer attention to Fire Beavers because they were destroying, they were staying alive, they were moving the zone, they got the highest KP by a huge margin, so they're like in you know, winning form right now when they were a huge question, I think, coming out of day 2 as one of the more inconsistent teams, even though they could just blow up a lobby. You know, as I was on that short list of teams that could always just blow up a lobby and make it through to the next round, they weren't doing it that often.
Yeah, dead on. Can't believe it, securing mid-20s on the points, circumventing and passing anybody who had any kind of early start advantage. That 10 points seems negligible now that we look back at that first game performance.
You can scan this
789 gonna get out of there, get away, dodge that damage, put some distance between themselves and everybody else. Epicenter open for the taking, and 789 could definitely rotate this way.
Yeah, we've got a very early rotation from Scars. You know, we contrast that to the last game, and Scars took their time, having lost RPR, unfortunately, very early. And in this game, they're trying to get comfy near the circle as soon as possible. Maybe going to take a more aggressive approach in some of these early rounds.
We'll find something to hear.
That could have been their MO coming out of the last game, but they weren't able to do it because they lost a player.
Sure enough, yeah.
I'm curious, were there any more Revenants? You know, there's no Alliance here. I guess Maestro or team that used the Revenants, the Revtain combo. I'm wondering if there are any more, if there's any more Revenants that are going to show up early, because it feels like I think we had one in the last lobby, like just now, but that was it.
Definitely saw at least one.
Maybe more Lobas than Revenants.
Hopefully. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this, man. Missile Swarm Prime from Zanya. It's going to be the rockets from downtown, but they go back-to-back balloons. Really making distance already. You know, just moments ago, they were up by that survey camp, and now they're already inside of the green zone, beyond Fragment West. They've flown. Aqualix, up close and personal. What you doing, bud? Nice, quick, easy down. Fedabachi removed from this game early. 20th place for them.
Damn, that's definitely a tough way to go out, but they got hit right in the mouth. So what can you say? Aqualix are a team, I think, on everyone's short list. That Kate ended up picking them for her top 3 for good reason. I'm sure we all had them, you know, somewhere around there. They've looked very good. They can blow up lobbies, and they've been playing with a lot of confidence. Maybe getting better as the days go on too. Good to see them get some KPs. I think they didn't get the finish they were looking for last game.
A little bit of Harvester posturing. Loba ult on it. Gonna scoop up anything left on the ground.
Target spotted.
Oh, and there he is. There he is, Scrawny. We've got the Revtain combo on top dog. Not even coupled with a Jibby. They've got Bloodhound as well. Just full aggro, full information, and a wipe. Oh my God! Is that Scars
That's
down
Scars,
completely?
man. We know how much they hate the Revtain combo, and they just fell victim to it in 9th.
We're gonna have to get that
place.
Mandy interview again.
He's fuming. Man's fuming. I can feel it. I can feel it through the internet.
Yeah.
And now, of course, we got Fire Beavers thirsting a kill versus Mimu. Top Dogs, I believe, we're down to just one player there as they tried to jump in and also got hit. Got to get Impulse's banner back. Plenty of time to do it. Damn, Scars not having the best of days out the gate.
Very, you know, unlucky in that first game. This one, I mean, they got straight up defeated. There's good use of the ults to come out early. Again, I think the more we see the Revenants, the more often we see the Revenant ults. People are not waiting for the best opportunity anymore, just like good opportunities. And here, there is even more action going down. Kua going down. And this is just Navi's brand of Apex. They take a lot of early engagements. They're always in a position where they end up having to fight out of the bubble, but there's 2 knocks. Max Strafey, last one up. Can he do anything about this situation? His teammates are both dead.
He's done.
Oh no, they're gone.
Navi. That's a tough one to swallow. They had a lot of kill points last game, but you know what? We had an early exit from them in the group stage in this exact same position outside of the vault caves. They have been rev-tained down in this same spot earlier in the weekend, and now they'll be eliminated as well. So Scar is out of the equation, Navi out of the equation, Fenerbahce out of the equation.
Wow.
And the zones continue to close.
There is a lot of points to go around now. I mean, this is one of those board flipping moments where some of the top teams are getting eliminated early to open things up. Of course, Scar didn't score anything last game, but let's see, 7-8-9 looking for another consistent run. Aggressive approach here. Got no immediate threats.
New Esports going to take a loss, but so be it. They are still in the competition. Oh, a little bit of wingman damage from Zanya. Gotta be cautious as you chase through the caustic tanks. That's post-kill, doing a bit of damage from beyond the grave.
Uh-oh.
He has been killed, but also retrieved. That's what the important point. Sure. Revive could be there for them, but is there enough room for 7-8-9 to hang around in here? They continue to give chase, knowing that I believe they had the advantage. Flavor of the month, doing well. Sitting outside comfortably. And looking to get their hands on something.
I wonder if Kungarna are going to commit into this early engagement here on the western side of the map. We've got a good high ground advantage for them. Nate just strolling by Matey. He was just wondering, should I move? Should I wait?
This is, of
Valkyrie
course,
from below.
Orglis and Hungry, who had a great second day in order to qualify for the finals. Badoli's trying to flank out to the left side. This could be huge for this
actually, yeah.
KNG. Yeah, that was a great position from him. They had them on this platform, and now they have a massive high ground advantage. It's a shooting gallery for Badoli.
Oh,
But
a nice move from
KNG escape.
Yeah, this is, I mean, they've got, they have one player, you know, sitting medium high ground fighting them, but at the same time, Orglis and Hungry dealing with it so well. The rotation comes out safely, but still, they're just being chased from behind by guys who are above them. This is not a comfortable position to be in.
Thing is, though, Orglis and Hungry are so all in on Kungarna right now that they haven't noticed Maestro behind them. Maestro are right behind them. So now, while Orglis and Hungry take the exact same position that they almost caught Kungarna in, Maestro decided to walk away, but they were definitely sniffing out the potential for that third party. And I thought to myself, with Kungarna already down below, having secured that safe spot for the moment, and Maestro on the back, we could have seen Orglis and Hungry just get smashed in between those two boulders. But it looks like Kungarna are going to make their escape, and Maestro decide not to go in off of it either. And New Esports, well, they're still sitting in the two-man situation, post-kill yet to be delivered. But honestly, with Kishara having crypto, it's not like he has to take the risk to go down there to revive. He could just use his drone to get his caustic back in the game when he feels fit.
One of the big advantages of crypto, of course.
Hands down.
Recover from safety. And this Kungarna duel, it seems like it might still take place. Like both teams are trying to rotate it. Oh, it looks like Maestro are here just to gatekeep. They decided to go to where they felt like the next move would be towards, and have decided to gatekeep and try to protect against the zone. I was thinking Maestro would normally play that situation a lot more aggressively, but you can see they still have their eyes on the prize, and that is the KP.
Contact with target.
But at the same time, are they down? They are down a member. Fully, maybe that's also why. I didn't even realize they were.
Nope. Which definitely explains why they wouldn't have jumped on a team looking for a third party. It would have been a huge risk. But Kungarna do decide to rotate appropriately.
KNG might be in the middle of a sandwich here. Yeah. Underrated on the other side as well.
Not to mention Orglis still not far behind them, so
yeah.
Kungarna gonna take to the rocks. Actually, this is Orglis and Hungry. Maybe Orglis and Hungry become the first victims because Kungarna are down beneath. So this is still a chance for Orglis and Hungry to rotate all the way around, right? If they go south of this cliff, then they could definitely come back in.
Let's go this way.
Without having to deal with K-Sweeney. And Kungarna take to the skies. They heard the shots above them. They felt as though Maestro were nearby. And let's see if this Valkyrie position chews them up, tears them up, spits them out. They're going to try to take to the top of the Harvester.
Well, that might be the best move of the night for them.
Ooh, they land on a
We'll
Aqualix.
see. Oh no, Nasky waiting. Oh, this is not going to be an easy building to get into, and the drops come down.
Yeah, this is a tough one for Kungarna. They're trying to escape around the side of it. Aqualix not going to let that happen. Kungarna taken down 16th place.
Another benefit
big name down.
Yes, and that's Aqualix, the early rotation, the caustic in play, and they are just catching them as they land. I mean, that's, again, the thing about the Valkyrie. It's like, you could be the smartest team in the world, but you're still kind of guessing sometimes as to where you're rotating into, especially when you've got a lobby like this, 15 squads live, you know, about a kilometer across, everybody in the same buildings, and people knowing all the rotations. It's going to be hard to find a spot that hasn't been visited yet.
Yeah, most certainly. We've got Morning Stars outside of the zone still, coming down from Fragment. That will be watched. We saw Scars kind of rotate like this at a man disadvantage just last match. Found a little bit of cover, but it's so minimal, right? If you're not inside of this snaky building towards the Harvester itself, it's not an ideal spot. They're already starting to take a little bit of damage, so it's not like they have the element of surprise either. Meanwhile, as well, we've got so many players towards train yard tunnels.
Yeah,
by that vault.
There's no other rotation either.
No, that's 7, 8, 9 pretty tough out of it, unless they've got the Valkyrie ultimate to get over the cliff. But we've seen Valkalds with, you know, varying levels of success. They would not want to be one of those victims. Tons of ammunition, by the way, from 7, 8, 9. Just dog piled up on top of things. Whew. Using that Loba ult to its absolute most.
Nice
Top
crack,
dogs.
ball back on the wingman, 78 damage, and completes it on 1 health.
That's nuts. But third party in on him, and not much more for Flavor of the Month to do with that. They did add Gibraltar to their legend combo. Didn't have a chance to use it there as that third party off of the Wraith play. Portal OP comes down with killer conviction, wiping FOTM from this second game.
It feels like Aqualix are going to go far this game. They are in a comfortable area. They protected it well. They've caught a rotation already, putting up some KP. It looked very serious last game, even though they didn't manage to get a top 3. Feels like it's a new day, my boy.
My bad as well. Misspoke. I said it was 7, 8, 9 still stuck towards train yard, but that's actually the Magicians. And they're still over there.
I think I don't know if they're being let in, though. There was a team that was sitting right in their tunnel choke point, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It's still going on.
We'll see. They're getting replaced, yeah. It's another team, actually, but they've got the rotation just go high and over.
Graver, baby. Let's see the big shots. Zanya falling away, but he actually loses a teammate. That's Morningstars in with the down and finish versus Believer. Yes, using that Valkyrie, sure enough, right? So the tunnel's not necessarily a part of their play. And one of the teams who I feel like have found a relatively decent spot using this gully, the gully of death.
Man, these positions, it's, you know, it's not late enough that this could be your final home, maybe, because if you get spotted, then you're just going to get bullied basically for the rest of the game. But if they play cool enough, you know, who knows? Maybe they don't get seen. Let's see what their next move is going to be if they want to sit here. A lot of action taking place on the rooftops. Yeah, Maestro down to 1 member.
Arcstar's not going to help. Rugby just trying to keep himself in the corner. Going to use Gibraltar's knockdown shield to his advantage, but he gets chased down by the major pushers. Vito loses a lot of his shields, but gets the kill. And in the meantime, oh, Zanya, nice no-scope. That's going to keep SMS at bay for just a moment. Comes back, goes for the carbine down, and it's a second. Zanya bleeding out Mox as he takes Nissa with him.
God damn, what a move from Zanya. That is so sick. Saves his team, gets the bat off, and makes the sick individual play in that 1v2 situation, playing off the door correctly, getting that amazing no-scope. I mean, you've got to get your teammate, you got to get yourself a teammate like Zanya if you want to go far. That was a beautiful move.
That's the kind of individual level you want to be hitting on Grand Final Sunday. Keeps them in it. Kraber, baby. Hits so hard. And also, look at the east side of this. Think about the space that they've just made for themselves. Yes, it's not going to be ideal as they have to traverse the Harvester. But for now, 789 can at least breathe, right? They can look for that top 10 finish because there's so many other fights elsewhere on the other side of the map that when this crunch comes in, 789 could definitely use that individual play from Estesu. Or excuse me, with Estesu, now that he's been revived.
Yeah.
Legit Lolly tries to go out for a bit of damage. Almost flubs the doors, but he's going to be all right. Orgless and Hungry have lost Matafe.
Yeah, still seem like they're holding on. Though they lost a single player, but
Bump pad him out.
well, yeah, we'll see what happens. They got the bump pad out.
Okay, Swinney trying to use the same Octane pad. It's like, oh, you're going to leave this behind?
Move.
Thank you, sir.
They got to this rooftop where there was so much action going on earlier, but it's been evacuated.
That it has. The cover is enough to get the revive. Thought we were going to have... Oh, or is it? No, 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 no. They're going to be peppered from the back.
I guess that's why we see this area get evacuated. So much action going on. Oh my god, Endeavor are having their feet put to the fire. Blast goes down. Bryn on no armor. Noises as well, but he gets the revive as well as the bat off. And they land on their feet, however, still peppered.
Yeah, top 10 situation. Down goes underrated. Fire Beavers in on the mix. Impulse is going to get revived. Endeavor, though, going to keep eyes on them. And with that bombardment falling down, Taskmaster desperate to just get down into this trench. Does Bryn want to take the chance and chase? Because you can see his teammates are a little bit further from him. He's the only player from Endeavor with eyes on this side of the hill, just trying to get the damage output, trying to screw over other teams' games. But he didn't finish off the last player from Fire Beavers, Taskmaster, able to get down. And Bryn, dude, we know how deadly he can be. He wasn't able to find him. Good luck, Taskmaster. An awkward spot from this point forward.
Overall player of the day yesterday with Bryn. The amount of kills he had, I think, well over 20, plus that incredible play of the day, that 1v2, 1v3.
Oh, he died.
To win the game. What's that?
He did die. Taskmaster did die. I'm looking at the overview map. I thought he was still down there, but he doesn't seem to be on the radar anymore.
Oh, he's got killed in the pit. I wonder who picked up the KP.
It was there for the
in that
taking.
Position. Yeah.
Wasn't flavor of the month,
still
I can tell you that.
Yeah.
These guys are nowhere to be found. They're going to get detected by the drone, so their position is known.
Uh-oh.
Orgless and Hungry still in this mix.
Man, they have to defend themselves with bullets for this position, and it's not good enough.
No, this angle's been tough for them the entire time.
Yeah.
It's the reason that Matafe was never able to get revived. And again, it's Endeavor. Keeping an eye on everybody. That open platform rooftop's decent enough, but only when there's players underneath you. When they're above you, on cliff lines like Endeavor's, suddenly it's a tough spot. Endeavor gonna keep this DPS out. I feel like Endeavor have eyes on everybody at the moment.
Oh, it's
this
a great day to be
becomes
Endeavor.
so valuable, and you can see that Noises, he's still on the far west side of the zone, just making sure that there's no creepy crawlers coming in on their flank. And this is what's allowing for his teammates in Bryn and Blast to just go absolutely ham here, trying to deal as much damage as humanly possible. Flavor of the month is also getting in. We can see their downs across the kill feed. Aqualix has bled out legit Lolly, but Endeavor, they're not taking any damage. Everybody's outputting, but they're not taking any input. And that's just going to cement their position as we hit the 7 squads left.
Things become very tense now. And we'll see. A lot of damage being output. The aim looks very sharp at the moment, but a lot of resources have been burned as we near the end of the match. 17 still alive. It is about to get so incredibly claustrophobic. There is vision of so many players from so many others, but not too many opening shots. I feel like I still, it being Endeavor is probably the best place that you could possibly be in mentally right now. You're above everyone else, near center zone, plus you have eyes on all the rotations and no one's coming towards you. Look at how much cliff they have.
Oh, dude, it's everything. It's everything at the moment. But this open ground in the center, that's going to be the final spot. We did have Orglis and Hungry just exit in 7th place. We know that Bedoli was on his own for what felt like ages, and he was cleared from that rooftop, as I believe the Magicians look to take it. Major pushers watching that Wraith portal, and that was good damage from Ranches. But the Gibraltar bubble is going to give them both a little defense and hold off their offense. Now they've been stunned. Ranches has to go for that Wraith TP, try to get out of dodge. Endeavor is still just pumping down this damage onto everybody that they can manage to find. This position from Endeavors is going to be massive. If they can just weaken, soften up, and maybe even take a couple of solo kills before this crunch from the circle, by all means, they've got everything they need. We're in this top 4 position, and they're still just cranking out the DPS. And keep your eyes on their shields, man. Endeavor are taking no shots back the other way because all 3 of their opponents are so much more fixated on one another. They're fighting to just try and get into what feels like a top 3, while Endeavor are playing for nothing but the win. We get noises with the elimination. Down goes the Magicians in 4th place. Endeavor still what feels like this game-winning spot. We've got Aqualix on the 2nd floor, and then down beneath, who is that?
Well, it looks like Aqualix
They make their
are the
move.
ones that could potentially cause a problem. Yeah, they haven't been spotted just yet. And again, teams potentially waiting for a top 2, like you mentioned. 3 squads left.
Oh, they jumped. Endeavor, they decide to make their move. They try to go down and clear this bottom 3 from the river. It costs them 2 downs. Blasts, he is going to have to come in clutch. In the meantime, we've got Aqualix also losing players, so it's Surdell versus Blast. A legitimate 1v1. Wingman versus Mastiff. The shotgun's connecting, but it's the punch astray.
Oh,
A second right hook from Aqualix will make the difference. They take the win from Endeavor despite END's total damage output. A crazy final circle and a 1v1 to close. It was fisticuffs, and Endeavor fall victim in the end.
It was the ultimate god spot. I mean, there was no dealing with them. No one even tried to shoot upwards because of how dynamic that cliff was, how big it was. But as you mentioned, at a certain point, that circle was going to close. They have to come off it. And the number of times we've seen the god spot be an indicator you're going to be in top 3, there's obviously a huge correlation there. But there doesn't seem to be a correlation between having the god spot and just simply winning the game. And Aqualix, tucked underneath that cliff, being quiet as a mouse, was exactly all they needed. It's not a game that is full of deception in that sense, but they found a moment where it was the absolute best play.
Solid stuff. Let's see what the desk has to say about it after the break.
A surprise, obviously. The guy racked up kills, certainly, and definitely was a major threat within this lobby.
Yeah, even though Endeavor didn't get the win, they throw away 3 extra points, but they had so much KP that it's not going to be too much of a disappointment for them. Yes, okay, it was +3 for Aqualix, and it's a win that will go out of the window, but maybe they're just saving their wins later for once they reach match point, because with performances like that, they should reach match point relatively quickly.